Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Why people hate silver. I'm going to try to explain why I think, this is my personal opinion, why I think people are turned off by precious metals. And it has to do with several different situations we're going to talk about in this video. If you hate silver, let me know why you do. On the other hand, I can talk about why people love silver. I can talk about why I love silver. I understand that silver can be frustrating at some points. It's a slower paced market than most other investments. You have to be patient. Some people just aren't patient people by nature. So before we start, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if this video can get 150 likes. Everyone go like the video right now. Thank you so much for the support. So, silver can be frustrating. It's a slower paced market. It's not for everybody. The ones that can put up with it, that do see the glass half full instead of half empty, they will get rewarded in due time. Your hard work will pay off, no pun intended. But silver is a direct threat to the dollar. It threatens the dollar because the dollar is based off of faith. If people lose faith in the dollar, then it has no value. Silver has intrinsic value, so regardless of who says silver is worth what, no matter how much faith people have in silver, it's still valuable because there's an ounce of silver inside that American Eagle. Regardless of what the spot price is on that American Eagle, the 1 ounce of silver inside of it, that's where the value lies. So, you can see if banks need fiat currency to exist, for the society to function, for them to stay rich, for the rich to get richer, for the poor to get poorer, people need to have faith in the dollar. And silver and gold go directly against the dollar, so it's a threat. Gold and silver is a direct threat to the US dollar, and that's why they brainwash people, they sway people to think gold and silver is a bad investment. Higher ups, the feds, the governments, the banks don't want you to invest into gold and silver. They want you to invest in the things that are pegged to the US dollar or to fiat currency. Why? Because it's a direct threat. It scares them. If people start investing into gold and silver, you could see why or how easily things can get changed. Look at us. Us silver stackers, we understand the shadiness. We understand we don't put up with the BS, the nonsense. They are not a slave to us. If you're in debt, you're a slave to the system. That's why they push credit card debt. That's why they push student loans on people, mortgages, so on and so forth. That's why they do that, is because they can control the masses that way. They own you basically if you're in debt. See, living financially free is a blessing. It's a mind state. It's not just a lifestyle, it's a mind state. You have to be programmed this way. You don't learn it overnight. It's a practice, right? To start understanding the value of a dollar, you have to learn that. To understand that your needs are separated from your wants, to understand that just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford to buy it, that's a blessing. Most people don't understand the value of a dollar, the true value of a dollar. Most people think they can buy a Tesla because they have enough money to buy it. That doesn't mean you can buy it. Well, yeah, it means you can buy it, but it doesn't mean you can afford to buy it. Right? There's a difference between affording something and buying something, being able to afford something. So budgeting is important, patience is important, and balance is important. So they don't want you to invest in the gold and silver. I know that silver has greater potential than 99% of other investments in the world. That's my opinion, but it's so close to a fact, just given the information that we know, the charts, the history repeating itself. It's almost there, right? If history does repeat itself, then it will happen. We'll see $50+ silver again. And a lot of times when bankers or financial advisors are talking about gold and silver, they won't talk about the good. They'll show the bad and the ugly. They'll talk about how silver has been $15 for the last 10 years. They won't talk about the year before that, year 11, when silver was $50. They won't share what silver can do, they'll share what silver can not do. Anything that leads to the dollar. Stock markets are pegged to the dollar. So if you're investing in the stock markets, you're pegged to something that is set up for failure. Because our system is designed to fail. Stock markets are pegged to the US dollars, they'll fail. Options markets, futures contracts, treasury bonds. Everything is pegged to the dollar. And if the dollar fails, what's going to happen to these things? They're going to fail. That's why gold and silver is the answer. But you can see why people might not like silver. It's not that instant gratification like people want. People want instant gratification. They want $18,000 Bitcoin overnight, which happened, and that's why Bitcoin became so successful. But then what happened? It crashed extremely hard. It crashed extremely hard. And why? Because it blew up overnight, so it's going to crash overnight as well. For a market to hold its value, to hold stability, it has to have a gradual approach. It has to appreciate over time, allow some corrections to happen, allow some dips to happen, allow some sell-offs, allow some buybacks, right? That's healthy for a market. A market just exploding overnight is not healthy. I don't want silver to hit $50 tomorrow, because then by the next day, it's going to crash $50. It has to gradually appreciate, maybe hit $16 over the weekend, and then maybe drop to $15.60, and then maybe rise to $16.20, and then maybe drop down to $15.75, then maybe rally to $17, then we hit back to the $16. You see where I'm going? It goes up a little bit, then it drops a little bit, and then it goes up a little higher, and then it drops a little bit. Over time, though, when you look at the bigger picture, and that's why I always talk about the bigger picture, if you can step outside of yourself and look at the bigger picture, it's gradually always going upwards. And that's what people got to remember. It's steadily always moving upwards, and that's the part that matters, right? That's the most important part. Especially for those that are in this for the longer term. A lot of people aren't planning to sell for 5, 10, 15 years. Some people are planning on selling in 1 to 2 years, which that's not enough time for silver to really do what it's supposed to do. What's the point? You might as well go invest in the stock markets. Go buy Tesla stocks or whatever the case is. If you really want the potential, if you really want to live financially free, if you really want to make some real money, some grown man money, silver stacking millionaire money, you got to give silver time to appreciate. Are you patient enough? I'm asking you. Are you patient enough to let silver naturally play its course? In 2011, I read a lot of articles around that time, and there was people saying that they weren't going to sell at $50 because they thought silver was going to go much higher than that. So a lot of people could have sold at $50 that bought at $5, $45 profit per ounce. But they didn't. They held off because they were so confident that silver was gonna keep going higher. And that's the emotional attachment. You got to look at the charts. If the charts are indicating something, if the information is blatantly obvious right in front of you, you got to take it. You can't be ignorant in these types of situations where a lot of money's on the line. A lot of people could have made a lot of money, but they held off because the emotional attachment. And that emotional attachment is what bites so many people in the butt, kicking themselves in the butt, wishing, regretting that they did something different. And I don't want you to invest like that. You got to look at the markets as they are, as realistic as possible, right? All irrelevant stuff, all distractions got to go out the window, and you got to look at them saying, this is what's happening, and this is more than likely what's going to happen or where they're going to head. Not saying, oh, even though this is happening, I'm just hoping. No, you can't base it off of hope, especially something that moves so what's the word I'm looking for? So analytical as silver. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you now understand why people hate silver, and I hope you don't hate silver, right? Silver is a beautiful investment. It's a precious metal. It's precious. No pun intended. No pun intended. It's precious. And there's a lot of opportunity in this investment. I just hope you're patient enough to wait it out. I'm not planning on selling for 10, 20, 30 years anyway, so I know that I'm going to be there Hopefully you're not planning on selling that long either, or you're not selling till then either. Anyways, thanks for tuning into this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe for new. I post daily videos every single day. I'm giving you the newest, latest, freshest information in the world of precious metals, so make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.